On today's episode, we welcome Matt Landis back to the podcast to put the 1994 supernatural what were you gonna say, Manny?
Nothing. Go ahead.
To put the 19 to put the
How do you make a crow
1994
noise?
to put the 1994 American supernatural film The Crow to the ultimate test, the nostalgia test. Is this the victim? No, it's Amelia Earhart. Welcome to the Nostalgia Test podcast, the show where three longtime friends put pop culture's past to the ultimate test, the nostalgia test.
Such a good line.
It's such a good line.
That was a great opener.
Yeah. Oh, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Nostalgia Test podcast. I'm your host, Dan Dissinger, here in LA. I'm here with my two longtime friends and co-hosts, Manny Coelho there on Long Island. Manny, what's up?
What's up? I made it. I didn't think it was going to happen today. We are recording another one soon, right? In 2 days or something like that?
That's right. Of course. We got to pick this up.
The calendar.
You just looked at the calendar. You just looked at the calendar.
Yeah, dude, I got things going on. All right? What are we doing on Thursday?
Look at the calendar. The calendar you asked me to make. The calendar that has all the information on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And our other co-host, a longtime friend.
That's how much I prep for this show.
In North Carolina. Billy, what's up,
motherfuckers? How you doing?
Great. Hopefully you're more excited than Manny. And today
I'm excited about this one.
We got an amazing guest today coming back to the podcast. Check out the other episode that he was on about the 90s swing revival, which was an absolute masterpiece of an episode. Super amazing. We're here with Matt Landis. Matt, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely.
What's up, Matt? You ready? Did you like Dan's intro? What would you have gone with? What line did we like? Besides
Can't
that
rain
one?
all the time.
Yes. Okay. Can't rain all the time. Damn it. Absolutely. So,
dude, did we just watch a whole? This was like, I wanted to hate. I can't even. I'm all excited.
You're so excited today, Manny.
Yeah, you really want to hate it. I could tell last night. Yeah,
I did. I wanted to hate this, Billy. I was like, there's no way this movie is that good or was remote. And I was like, wait. It's actually not bad. And to the point where I was like, wait, this is actually good. Like, I thought I remembered it being great. And I'm like, no, maybe it was just like a cult thing. And like, we were just like, yeah, it was so cool. Cause we were like, oh, it was grungy 90s. Yeah. But I was like, this movie spawned so many other movies.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion.
John
right?
Yeah,
right?
100% John Wick.
100%.
100%. It basically made Jared Leto's like whole persona, right?
Which I might not be that happy about, but yeah.
I mean, that might be the most tragic thing about the legacy of this film. Not this dying, but the inception of Jared Leto. It's obviously horrible that Brandon Lee died because
I know.
If this movie's any indication, he was going to be a great indie action
right?
guy.
Oh hell yeah!
Right?
Really, you know what's funny? Go ahead, Manny.
I was like, there was going to be like 4 of these.
Oh yeah,
there would have been like so many.
Yeah, they were all going to be cool.
Yeah.
There still are 4. They're just all shitty except this one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because if you have the same actor and the same director, because I think Alex Payoris deserves a lot of credit for the direction on this film.
Oh, agreed.
Like he leans into the comic book thing and is just like, I'm not afraid of it. I'm just gonna play it up.
Yeah.
I
think he would have been a great Joker.
Oh, Brandon would have been spectacular.
Talk about influence. Like Heath Ledger clearly took some of this for his Joker role, right? Like it clearly feels like it, Like I was just watching the end with my buddy because I had 20 minutes left, and he's like, "Dude, clearly this is where Heath Ledger took some of that from." Like, yo, fuck, you're right.
I mean, every time Brandon Lee was on screen, it was just so captivating. Everything he did to this to make this character just actually this movie had way more heart than I expected and I remember, because I was like, The Crow, it's dark, it's going to be grungy, it's this, but he injected so much heart into what we end up seeing on film.
Agreed.
And actually what's weird in my head, like Matt, you said before too, like, you know, it's spawning things like John Wick. A part of me was like, if Brandon Lee didn't tragically die during this film, I feel like he could have been Neo in the Matrix. Like he could have been like, yeah, for in those, like in the running for roles like that, because
it's very Keanu Reeves coded.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like his performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's funny because like one of the things, I can't remember which reviewer, it might have been Ebert or it might have been like someone else, because like this film actually got really good reviews.
Yeah.
Like Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. The New York Times wrote like a really solid, nice review of it. And I think it was the New York Times reviewer whose name I can't remember, but was like, you know, like it's a shame that Brandon Lee didn't survive, because like his like first major film role was so much better than any of the acting that his father did. It's like, don't get me wrong, like all those Bruce Lee movies rule, because like the fight choreography is just fucking next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee are just next level martial artists showing off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, like those Hong Kong actors are next level actors showing off.
Yeah.
But like there's no depth to any of those Bruce, like they're all the same fucking character. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's not what makes those movies great. Brandon Lee actually turns the Crow into a meaningful, sympathetic character.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep. I didn't remember how. Yes, it was gore. Like I don't want to say gory. There was like killing and stuff going on, but I had thought there was more fighting scenes going on. Because I was thinking Bruce Lee, right? And I'm like, wait, this wasn't that kind of role. It was great.
No,
I was like, it was just enough.
There's really only 2 big set pieces fight-wise. There's the first fight with Tintin and all the knives.
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where he kind of like drops in on the big meeting before
fucking awesome.
And just fucking like wipes out that room of people, which is so John Wick. That scene, I was like watching that and I'm like,
is that where he died?
No, that's the fight with the Michael Wincott character on the roof of the Gothic Cathedral.
That's like actually where he dies in real life.
No. Oh, you're talking about when Brandon Lee dies in real life?
Yeah.
It was
in the opening scene where they shoot him point blank. That's where that.
No way.
That's exactly.
I had thought for some reason. Again, remember like before. This was before like Google was a thing. This is before like we could just look things up. There was like I had thought the scene was when he falls on the table and they're shooting at him.
Oh,
in the massive table. I had thought that's when it happened.
No, it was in that beginning scene because they shoot him right up front, point blank. That's the scene. And
if it wasn't point blank, the fragments that were in the gun, wouldn't have killed him. It would have injured him, but it wouldn't have killed him. It's because it was point blank that it killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so horrifying to think about that, and to think that his career was cut short by just.
And how much did he finish of the movie to be able to get this movie?
They had most of it done, I think, and then they used a double body double for some of it, I think, and then like did some recuts. But I think the majority of it was shot. So it's like, thank God they shot that last scene near the end.
That's right. Yeah. So the majority of it was shot. So. But
because he had to have his face wasn't painted at that point because he only paints his face later.
Well, right after he comes,
that's
like right after he comes back when he goes back to his sort of like burnt out, bombed out apartment. But it's like they don't shoot movies in order. You know what I mean?
Of course they don't. Yeah. Like but it's just weird that happened that way. Yeah.
You know, when
there's
he died.
I mean, we were talking about this before we even started. Like, there are so many people in this movie too. Like, so many amazing character actors
are so good.
I mean, Brandon Lee is surrounded by. I mean, you already mentioned it, Matt, too. Michael Wincott, who is
one of the best villain roles in any movie ever.
Yeah. His whole thing.
His sword.
the sword, the hair, the one-liners,
I was waiting for Fangs to come out. I was like, "Where? This guy's like a character from Blade."
No, you know what he looks like is you ever see an Interview with the Vampire where they go to the vampire court and Antonio Banderas has the terrible wig on? Like that's what he looked like.
Yeah.
What's funny is that one of the reasons, I don't know this for sure, but I'm guessing because I think the time frame is close. One of the reasons he probably played this that way was like this was like pretty much a B movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think around the same time he was probably shooting Robin Hood, the Kevin Costner movie, which obviously was like a bigger movie. Yeah. And like that character had like the long hair and everything and sort of like that build and, you know, that sort of like angular, you know, facial expression and everything. So he was probably like, look, I've got to play the character this way because I'm doing this major motion picture and like I'm not fucking that up for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the order is like in Robin Hood Prince of Thieves came out in 91. So he had already, but after, it's
regardless
Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, it's then Romeo is Bleeding, then he did Three Musketeers in 93, that came out, then The Crow. So if all those things are being filmed kind of around the same time, right? Because we know films can be filmed, like they can do a film and then shelve
years
it
in advance,
bit, right?
Yeah.
So all that stuff was probably in some capacity really close together, and Three Musketeers as well, right? Like, so I mean,
he could have been doing reshoots for Three Musketeers when they started production on.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah. So he looked like that. That's what I was like, wait a second, well, he's got such a crazy.
It would be funny if we find out that like he just had to come over from like the set and just like walk over and just put on a different shirt, basically.
By the way, one of the most menacing villain scenes ever in history, the scene where he's fucking playing with the eyeball in
like
the fucking palace.
Yeah.
And then just like fucking like picks it up and just like flings it to the guy. He's like, I'll see you later. It's like, whoa!
That was surprising as fuck.
I want to believe he improvised that. I really do.
It was his whole thing with the eyeballs was so weird. It's like I got it, but I was like, I don't understand why this is in here, but I don't care. It's not taking away from anything that like I'm watching. Of course it makes sense because then they put that gigantic plate of cocaine in front of him, and I'm like, oh yeah, this all makes sense.
That's how I like to take the edge off after I inhale eyeball smoke is with some coke, you know?
Eyeball, It's like, you know what it kind of reminded me of? Is it sort of like reminded me of like the adrenochrome scene? Well, it's not adrenochrome. He does. No, it is adrenochrome. The adrenochrome scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah. Where it's like he's like inhaling the eyeball stuff, and then it's like he's just sort of like this, and he just fucking kills that guy for like no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
No reason. He kills the pawn shop guy who is another dude who's just like a
character actor.
John Polito. Who is an unbelievable character?
Lebowski, one of the best B story characters.
Yeah. Yeah. He was also in a weird show called I think Homicide. It was like a cop procedural that like Richard Belzer was in.
It's the prequel to The Wire. Most people don't know that, but it's the prequel to The Wire. Yeah.
Yeah, because the show is actually. It's not. I don't want to say. I'm not saying it's boring. I'm saying it is an actual like really well written national.
David Mamet wrote some of the episodes for Homicide: Life on the Street.
Yeah, ridiculous show, and he's a cop in there, obsessed with the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and trying to figure out, John Wilkes Booth didn't do it, and he's trying to figure out this whole conspiracy behind it. It's really wild.
It's a great act.
Yeah, unbelievable. He was great, and also he
gets the rapier to the throat. So random. He has like, I get the samurai sword, like you'll see that a lot, but he had like a fucking rapier. I'm like, what is this?
Unbelievable.
He probably like brought it from the set of the Three Musketeers. Like like when he was leaving, he's just like, this is cool. I'm fucking keeping it.
Let's use this.
Yeah,
they are in a porn
showed
shop,
up on The Crow with it, and Alex Porteous was like, "You're probably the most famous person in this cast, so use it, whatever."
Let's go.
Well, you have Ernie Hudson, and Ernie Hudson once again just killing.
He's great.
Dude,
he's great in this movie.
Amazing in this movie.
Every time I see Ernie Hudson in a movie, I'm like, I need more Ernie Hudson in whatever movie he's in.
The man also doesn't age.
Brandon Lee in his apartment.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have to talk
the beer.
He hands him a beer. The crow hands him a beer. He's just nonplussed as a zombie standing in his fucking living room, and he's just like, "Hey, yeah, oh cool, thanks for the beer."
Thanks for the beer. I'm just gonna light a cigarette now.
I still want to talk about his apartment and the trope of that whole apartment. There's a basketball and a trombone. Oh, like he's practicing ska on his couch.
The black beat cop clearly loves jazz and ball.
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a choice to make it a trombone. Like it's not a trumpet.
Trombone. I'm like, and it's just like laying on the couch, like at night he's just like practicing some bars. You know,
like, sad divorcee, man. That's what he's doing. He's finding new hobbies.
But it would make more
like
sense.
The shittiest. What is it? Chicago?
That's Detroit.
No, it's Detroit.
Detroit. The shittiest depiction of Detroit ever.
RoboCop,
besides
dude.
RoboCop.
I asked that question last night when we were watching. I was like, "What would you rather live in? This version of Detroit or RoboCop's version of Detroit? Like both are terrible.
Both are terrible. I'm thinking this one though.
You're taking this one.
I'm taking this one.
I think I
don't want to deal with RoboCops.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like it's never daylight in this movie.
Yeah, that's true. It's always raining.
And everything's always on fire.
Just one night, but this was just one night, right? It takes place in one night.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
So yeah, that's why we never see.
It takes place basically like the midnight before Devil's Night.
Yeah.
Or like the midnight at the beginning of Devil's Night through the midnight that ends Devil's Night.
Oh, wow. I love a movie that takes place in a full day like that. And
what's funny is that the entire original comic book series is 4 issues and it all takes place in one night too.
Oh, shit.
It's one comic per person that the Crow kills.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
so is the Crow only alive for one? Like there, so like you're saying that there was never any other comics written.
They did subsequent follow-ups, like even Image Comics. I don't know if you remember them from the late 90s. Yeah. They were pretty big for a while. There's a short run of the Crow on Image, which sort of like expands that storyline. But the original storyline that like this movie is like sort of doing a version of is from the first 4 issues on some tiny indie imprint that I can't remember. And it's like one issue and it's like the first one's like called Fear and then Pity and then something else. And then it's like each issue is like him getting revenge on one of the people that killed him and his girlfriend.
That's wild.
And I was reading, it's crazy that the guy that wrote the comic did it to cope with like his fiance dying in a drunk driving accident.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then he felt really, really, he has like a lot of regret also with the movie being made because then Brandon Lee dies during the making. Yeah. So this guy's, I feel like, I don't know. It really is a lot to deal with. That's a lot to deal with all in one like gigantic sweeping creative gesture that like, it's just like starts in death, ends in, man.
Another vibe I get, Edward Scissorhand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like there's definitely the sort of like, not to get too nerdy, but that's me.
Let's do it.
Definitely like, especially with the sets, there's like a very big sort of like German expressionist Weimar cinema, sort of like like there's like a sort of Cabinet of Dr. Caligari sort of feel to like the sort of like it's like the overhead shots on the interior of the church and like all the pews are crooked and he's sort of like walking down the straight aisle, but all the pews are arranged crookedly and there's all the rafters and the shadows and everything. And like the palette of the movie is just black and more black.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like
so good.
Which is why it's so great when they have that scene in the apartment with Ernie Hudson, because it's the lightest scene in almost the whole movie. It's like actually lit. And I thought it was funny too that he was wearing his police hat and just boxers and a t-shirt.
Why?
And then he's like, nice hat.
I'm glad they called it out because like I was like, thank God they called this out because it's such a ridiculous moment.
Great comedy in this too.
Oh yeah, there really are good one-liners.
Yeah, he
the one-liners when he grabs his guitar and he's like I thought he was gonna use it as a weapon, but I'm like he's just jamming. Grabs his electrical
like
guitar.
Duck walks at Funboy when he's in bed with Darla. Funboy like freaks out and he's like, nah, fuck this thing. I don't know why I did that. Like,
He like crouches in through the window with a guitar on his back. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then he's like soloing on top of the city and then just smashes the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So 90s. That's why I love this movie too. It is just so
it's
fucking
a snapshot of the early 90s.
The soundtrack is, the movie is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, by the way, like let me pose this just to make sure that it gets out there. Best movie soundtrack of all time.
Let me tell you, I was listening to it today, and it's fucking fantastic.
It's up there. I was telling Dan, I can't believe that Typo Negative was not on this soundtrack because I feel like it fit the vibe of the movie so well. It's so weird that it wasn't. I thought it was, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's not.
Yeah, no, it was wild. It was amazing.
Great fucking soundtrack.
I was listening to it this morning, this afternoon, and my wife's like, "What is this? Like the '90s essentials on like Apple?" I'm like, "Actually, no." It's
soundtrack
it's one movie. Yeah,
it's one fucking movie. Like everyone
that defines the '90s in '94.
Yeah, like, if you want to show someone a snapshot of the early '90s, like watch this and watch Reality Bites. Like there you go.
The funny thing is that like one of the biggest songs of Stone Temple Pilots' career was "Big Empty," and it didn't blow up on the record, on their first record, like Plush did and Wicked Garden did. But Big Empty blew up because of the Crow movie, and they were supposed to write a song for the movie, but like they were so wrapped up touring for their record that they were just like, here, take this fucking song. Because they thought they would never use it as a single. And then it ended up being like the biggest song off that record because it was on the Crow soundtrack.
Yep.
It is like I love that song too, and there's a really specific sound to Stone Temple Pilots, but like that song is really interesting because it just feels off. There's like that. It feels like everything's in like a minor key. It just feels like odd when you listen to it, other than some of the other things.
Into this like major chorus.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really gorgeous. And then like 9 Inch Nails covering a Joy Division song, like
sick.
Yep,
like ridiculous. And
the Pantera cover of Poison Idea is fucking awesome on this too. The Badge, that song's great too.
Like even the songs that by bands you don't know are like the Machines of Loving Grace song is amazing. The best song on this soundtrack, controversial opinion, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. That's the best song on the soundtrack.
That was the thing. Like when the soundtrack ended, I was like really upset by the whole thing. I was like, I have to start this over. And I'm never like been a big Cure fan, but when the first song, when I heard that, I was like, whoa, so good. Yeah,
it fits very well.
And like when they use it in the movie, it sets the whole fucking vibe.
Yeah.
And you see what you're saying, Matt, like makes so much sense because like this is the thing for me, like with 90s music and like grunge or bands and sing, like I've been on like a huge like Return and kicked on like Alice in Chains recently and just constantly listening to Alice in Chains. Yeah. And then it makes me think about, and then I'm looking at this movie and I'm thinking about all this and I'm like, even though there's like a lot of this violence and very heavy masculine energy and a lot of this, there's so much like torturous like emotion in this that this character has such a huge heart. Like I said in the beginning, he loves like his fiance, but he's like also not like ripped and like jacked like most superhero movies. He's like kind of lanky.
Yeah, he reminded me kind of like Tyler Durden.
Yeah, and he smiles and he's got like, when I think of grunge, like a lot of people think of like this like very hardened music, but when you go back and you listen to it, it's like these singers who are trying to express like emotions that they don't understand and are trying to figure out, and they hurt, they're tortured. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And it's like this is sort of the thing that I was going to say because we were talking about like Jared Leto, and it's like I think that like this is what like Jared Leto and every other emo fuckboy from the mid 2000s misses.
Yep.
That grunge absolutely fucking gets. It's like, my life is terrible. I'm suffering. I'm going through this existential angst, and I'm sensitive enough to realize that on some level somewhere, whether it be cosmically or because of my own choices, I deserve it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, there's never this sense of I'm a victim. There's a sense of like, this is what I deserve.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I have to work through.
That's what's so interesting about The Crow. Like, he doesn't, he goes through this whole thing in the beginning when he comes back. Obviously, he's in the apartment. It's like this weird sort of, I wrote down, like, my note was like, this is like an odd tortured Footloose scene when, like, there's like, he's not dancing, but he's like kind of moving around the apartment in this way, trying to figure out, holy shit, I'm back. This is insane. But also, like, he then goes and then puts, like, what I believe, for me, because of the heavy metal fan in me, is like this corpse paint on his face, right?
Yep.
But it's not scary. It's almost just it is like what he's feeling inside is now on the outside, and it's really amazing the way they play that up. Because look, we have to talk about I compare it to the reboot of this as trash. The reboot of this is absolute trash.
I just watched the trailer and I was like, fuck that.
And they made it it just took everything that this movie was and flushed it down the toilet and didn't.
They turned The Crow into an emo fuckboy. That's what they did.
Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right.
Yeah, when he was really just like trying to figure out like the death of his fiance and really they had like an altruistic understanding of what they were doing. Like they were fighting like criminal mastermind, like in a way gentrifiers like destroying their neighborhood and trying to take it back from them. Like
he didn't come back to avenge himself the way that like the Joker does, because he feels like he's been wronged by society, so he's taking it out on society. He came back with a very express purpose to get revenge for the person he loved most in the world, one, and then two, to check on the person he probably loved second most in the world, Sarah, and make sure that she was okay.
Yeah, Sarah was amazing. Like
like the stuff with him and Darla, I can't remember the exact line, but that like completely overwrought, like, mother is another word for God on the lips of children, or like whatever the fuck that line is that he says in the bathroom. And then like Darla's like tweaking out.
He just pulls the heroin out of her veins.
Yeah.
That amazing. Crazy.
I was just like that is what sort of like separates the darkness of this film from like the darkness of the reboot, or like sort of like the darkness of emo, where like it's not navel gazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not just like, why is this happening to me? It's just like,
because there is nothing on this planet I am less interested in than the perceived barbs and injustices committed to 20-something white men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because whatever it is
you just described emo, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is you went through as a fucking theater kid in high school is not as bad as some fucking orphan in South Sudan is going through, and you're just incapable of having the perspective because you live up your own ass.
Yeah. Like, life isn't that hard on the cul-de-sac. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Like, come on. Like,
I know it was rough when you and your friends got kicked out of Hot Topic for being too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brandon Lee is dealing with the opening scene of this movie. The entire city's on fire. Like,
literally,
everything's on fire, and the explosions in this movie are huge. And it's just like, but he's able to inject an interesting, like, I don't know, like, level-headed like beauty to it whenever he enters a scene, and you're just like,
you know what film this actually kind of reminded me of in a good way, and I think kind of rhymes with it in some ways, because it's sort of a B movie that I think really transcends itself, and it's from the same era as Dark City.
Dark City. Oh, okay. I've seen some of that.
That's a great, like, Kiefer Sutherland's outstanding in it. Rufus Sewell is outstanding in it. Jennifer Connelly's really good in it. It's another one. Great cast, spectacular cast, awesome script, moody as fuck. Like, the visual language of Dark City is completely borrowed from The Crow.
Wow.
I gotta watch that.
Check that out.
I saw it once back in the day, so it's like, very blurry up there.
I think it was like 1997 and this was 94. It's
98.
I've
I've
rewatched Dark City 4 or 5 times since I first saw it.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Really?
I love that movie that much.
Oh,
it's
wow.
really, really good. Really, really,
Kiefer
really
Sutherland's in it. Oh,
yep. Kiefer Sutherland, Jennifer Connelly, Rufus Sewell. There's a couple other people that are in it that are really good. There's some really good character actors.
So
cool. I gotta check this one out.
I also want to highlight a couple more actors in this movie that rocked. Like, first of all, Tony Todd, rest in peace. Star Candyman. Fucking amazing.
Awesome.
He just was like, so every time he's on screen, he was just like cool as fuck. I mean, everything. Like, and if you haven't seen
where
Candyman,
he picks up the pawn shop owner in the fucking bar.
So good. So good. That's so good. People at bars like that, getting into fucking going on. It was just so crazy that it felt like we were talking before. Go ahead.
I wonder what happens with the city during the day.
Yeah,
still a shithole.
Well, you do kind of see like Sarah wandering around on occasion during the day.
That's a good point.
Yeah. No one has. I mean, I know her mom was like,
kids are only allowed out at night, out during the day. So
yeah.
You know what part I found funny is with the big shootout scene where like the concert's still going on down there, and no one hears any of like the Mac 10 fire until the fucking body falls down there.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, what was the decibel volume there?
I think that was Ministry that was performing too. So it's like,
I think it was,
I've seen Ministry live. You wouldn't hear a fucking you didn't hear a car bomb go off.
Until a body comes crashing down. They're like, oh fuck.
And even then you're like, wait, is this part of this stage show?
100%, right?
Something that Al Jorgensen would 100% do.
So yeah, Tony Todd, amazing. Lawrence Mason, who played Tintin. If anyone didn't recognize him, in his role, he was in Mallrats. Like, he was one of his amazing roles also in Mallrats when he was I love that whole role, his role in that.
What was the name of the guy that played T-Bird? He's in Twin Peaks too.
Oh, David Patrick Kelly.
Yes, David Patrick Kelly. He's really good in this.
He had a Looney Tunes amount of dynamite in the trunk of his car when Brandon Lee ties him in his car and blows.
It was like an Acme factory. You're right.
It's great. It looked animated. It was so great. And one of my favorite actors in this, because of I know where another role he was in, Marco Rodriguez, who played Torres, the detective, was the supermarket killer in the beginning of Cobra.
Yes, you're right.
Oh my God, you're right.
Fuck, you're right, dude. I didn't put that together. I was like, where do I know this guy from?
I've been keeping that all day because I was like, I can't text this.
Oh my God.
God, that movie. I love that movie too.
we did Terminator like 3 weeks ago, and we realized that like Cobra and Terminator have similar kind of plots.
Yeah, they do. They do.
You know what's crazy is like I can't remember. I was looking this up for some reason, and it's like Cobra is actually based on Sylvester Stallone's original spec script for Beverly Hills Cop.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was supposed to be in
spec script for Beverly Hills Cop, and it didn't get picked up because they went with Eddie Murphy instead, and he adapted that into Cobra.
That's right.
Oh my God.
That's so right. And that's the crazy part, to think that Stallone could have been Beverly Hills Cop.
Could you imagine?
There would be no Balky snorting cocaine.
No.
Oh
Balky.
Like, could you imagine Stallone in that Bronson Pinchot scene? What are you doing in this gallery?
Oh my God.
Can I get you some juice?
He would have never done it.
Good.
No,
because he's not fun. Like, he would never have allowed himself to do that at that point in his career.
At that point, now he would, because if you watch Tulsa King, he's like, he does whatever.
He's great in Tulsa King.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
I like that show.
That's a really good show.
Yeah,
I think
it's well written,
really, really well acted as well.
Yes,
agreed. Yeah. You know what scene I thought was good? Talking about, you're saying how the guy that played T-Bird was such a great actor. Like that in that scene where he dawns the realization of who it is. Like that scene's fucking great. Where he's just like, he realizes it's Draven, and it's like, holy shit! Like that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Like where he's like, you can't come back, can you? You can't come back, can you? You can't come back, can you? He's like repeating it over and over and over again. As like he's
really
got
good
scene in his head and is making him drive. Yeah, that was.
Oh, and then the explosions in this movie were gigantic. I mean, when he blows up the pawn shop, that was amazing.
Like, I didn't get that because it's just gasoline and like shotgun, like scat. It's like the whole building.
Yeah, like you didn't see him like pull a gas line.
How many civilians?
Best is how slow he walks out because he knows he's not going to die, or he thinks he's invincible at that moment, and he just is like, "I'm just going to walk out very, very slowly, right?"
And that's just a comedy too. What is he like? What's that? Smells like gasoline.
Yeah,
whatever he says there.
Yeah. The one thing I was making fun in the beginning of the movie is like how he comes out of the grave like perfectly nice and clean.
Yeah,
and I was
not like a zombie and rotting.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, wait, are we watching Spawn? Like, what are we watching here? Like, I forgot.
The comic is so good and the movie's so bad.
Oh, Spawn. Oh,
yeah,
that was a disaster.
They haven't been able to do that.
They should.
Didn't they try that a couple
comics
times
of all time?
That was great. Did you enjoy the cartoon on?
Yeah, the cartoon was outstanding.
Cartoon was sick. That was on HBO, right? At night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of their early shows with that and like Dream On before they got into like doing like Oz and everything after that.
Yeah.
You know what else is sort of like a visual analog to this movie? And I don't know if it was before or after it, but you guys remember Eon Flux?
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that was on like MTV late night, right? Like after Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I think it was like that like started like right around, you know, and I'm not saying that it's all necessarily indebted to The Crow so much as like maybe it is, or is it that like there's just a visual language from this time period that's inspired by, I think, grunge and the music and the shift.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, where it's like there's a lot of movies from this time period that like use this visual lange.
Oh yeah.
Well, when did 7 come out?
90. That was like 90 something, 95, maybe 96.
Mid to late 90s, right? Like
because like 99 was Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
Fight Club had this dark-ish to it.
Yeah.
There's so did 7.
There's like 10 years of cinema that is just sort of like I said, Dark City's one of them.
Even Batman, Tim Burton's Batman
absolutely
was like, and that had that
was
that
80,
scene in the cathedral.
88.
That was 88. Yeah,
and Aeon Flux was 91.
Yeah. Okay,
91 through 95.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Is it's like there's something about the culture at this time period where really great movies with this sort of like mise en scène. Again, sorry, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I love that word, by the way.
Do it.
I was a film major, and that was like my favorite word to use when I was in college. Mise en scène is my favorite.
There's like I don't know, 15 years between like, and like I think of it as like post Blade Runner cinema.
Okay,
absolutely.
Because it's like I think Blade Runner really cements what this sort of like neo-noir language is. You know, because I think Blade Runner is one of the most visually stunning movies ever fucking made. I don't know if you've ever seen it in a theater on like a big screen, but do it.
The original one? No.
Yeah, the original.
Full admission here, I've never seen Blade Runner.
Oh, that's a crime.
I know it is. I gotta see it.
I saw it. Well, it wasn't they didn't reboot it. They just had a legacy sequel.
And the sequel wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Sequels I've ever liked. And it's the director. It's Denis Villeneuve, because I think he's doing a good job on Dune too.
Yeah. It was the sequel was good. It was long, but
they're doing an Amazon series too. That's gonna fucking suck.
Oh, Blade Runner Amazon series?
It picks up where the sequel leaves off.
Just leave everything alone. It's just
the one thing about Amazon. No.
Harrison Ford's producing it apparently.
Really? That's weird.
Come on, dude.
They tried to get Ryan Gosling back.
Just retire.
They tried to get Ryan Gosling back, and they wanted to like fill in the gaps between like the first movie and the sequel, which I actually think would have worked better than trying to pick it up from where the sequel leaves off. But Gosling was like, no. Like, the fact that we got away with doing a sequel is a miracle. Like, I'm not fucking with the legacy of that.
No.
Yeah.
Which I think was really smart on it.
They fucked with Tron. So the new Tron's coming out. Your boy Jared Leto's in that one.
Jared Leto.
I hope they're finally done with this franchise.
With Tron. Oh, with Crow.
Crow.
Yeah. The Crow. Like just getting back to the movie that we are nominally supposed to be discussing.
No, sure.
I mean, I remember the last time I was on, like we went all over the fucking place.
Well, that's how
the
it
way
goes.
the podcast
It's a
a chill. It's like we're hanging out.
The whole idea of it is that you know,
like,
there's so much nostalgia that brings us to so many different branches. Like, so
there's a lot of movies that, or a lot of franchises, I should say, that have been fucked with for monetary purposes to try and exploit the nostalgia of them.
Oh, absolutely.
And I would make the argument here that maybe the greatest injustice was done. Maybe the greatest injustice was done to The Crow, because as good as this movie was, to fuck with the cultural legacy of it the way that it was fucked with is a real shame. Because if the studio had the class, and like part of it, of course, was always going to be because Brandon Lee died, right?
Yeah.
But like, you take that fact and just what this movie was and what it represented and how it transcended what it should have been, which was just like a schlocky B movie, and the cultural impact that the soundtrack had. If Miramax, and surprisingly, like, I know Miramax because, you know, Weinstein and good taste don't go together at all on any spectrum. But like, if Miramax had the good taste to be like, if we just leave this alone, as a cultural touchstone, right, it will have so much more fucking impact. If there were never Crow sequels, this would be considered like, and it already is, but I think the magnitude of its cult status has been diminished by the sequels significantly.
Oh yeah,
like this,
absolutely.
That's fair.
This would be like, I'm trying to think of like another good example of a movie where maybe they wanted to do a sequel but they didn't. You know, like fucking, I don't know, like Full Metal Jacket or Apocalypse Now or Rosemary's Baby. Not that it's as good as any of those, but it would live in our imaginations like those films.
Yes.
Because you want to live in that world longer and more, but you can't. And that actually has more impact than some shitty cut rate version of that, of like whatever the sequel is going to be. Like, being left wanting to live in that world and not being able to would have made this so much more of a cultural icon than it is, I think.
No,
I think it was robbed of that opportunity by the sequels.
I totally agree. I mean, like, this is one of those films that it happened. It did really well. It created a whole world, like you said, Matt. And it's just like, then they just, to me, it's actually really fucking disrespectful to continue to make sequels and capitalize on like the weirdness of his death in the movie. Like, that's, to me, that's kind of what happened. You know,
did they have a sequel talk about it? Did they bring it up in the?
No, I mean, well, the reboot. First of all, the reboot alone, fuck that movie. But like in '96, you have a sequel, The Crow, City of Angels, and The Crow, Stairway to Heaven.
God awful movie.
Then The Crow, Salvation. I mean, you know, where you have like, it just makes no sense to continue to make them and just continue to like capitalize on the morbid history of the filmmaking and destroy Brandon Lee's like entire legacy because he's buried underneath all this garbage.
They kept trying to find the next Brandon Lee, and look, I'm not trying to hyperbolize and act like Brandon Lee's fucking Daniel Day-Lewis or some shit. But like an actor of Brandon Lee's character is also not a dime a dozen.
No. He lit up the screen every time that he was on there, and I was like every time, every single time. And first of all, and all those sequels, and then you have a reboot that comes out in 2024, which was in production since 2008. They wanted to make this fucking reimagining. And the people that were initially signed to be on this, in this movie, to be Eric Draven, you had Bradley Cooper was signed on at one point to play him, Luke Evans, Jack Houston, and then Jason Momoa.
Stop.
Oh God.
All to be
horrible.
It was the guy that played Pennywise that played him, right?
Yeah, who's a great actor.
Who's great?
Popular actor. It's not his fault. It's just tonally
shit movie.
The movie didn't work.
Yep.
No.
The movie doesn't work because it doesn't have a story that no one gives it. The story itself is trash too. Like the actual plot is stupid, and like they like overthought it in this weird way, and then it's just like stylized to a point where it's just like, who cares? And
they tried to turn it into like an art film.
Exactly. And it just makes no sense. I mean, what happens is the plot is Eric, who in the first one is a musician and blah, blah, blah. Eric, an addict with a troubled childhood, struggles with life and nightmares at a rehabilitation center. Shelley, a musician with similar issues, receives a video on her cell phone from her friend Zadie that incriminates Vincent Roeg, a criminal lord, blah, blah, blah. So you're already making the main character a drug addict, which, okay, but why? Like, that doesn't go along for me, I don't know. Like, I didn't read the comics, so I have no idea. But if I'm watching the first movie, I don't think that was going on in the first movie. Like, I
never got the impression that Eric was a junkie
No, they were trying to save the
never
neighborhood.
Like all the backflashes.
They were tenants' rights activists, for fuck's sake.
yeah.
They were basically like kids that were going to ABC No Rio shows in the late 90s.
Yeah.
That's who fucking Eric Draven and Shelley were.
They were social activists.
They were peace punks that were going to the matinees in Tompkins Square Park every Saturday.
They were social justice warriors. They were trying to bring...
why they came and killed and did that? Just because they were just criminals?
It's because their boss owned the building and was trying to empty out the building so that it could be sold for or rezoned for commercial real estate.
Yeah.
It means classic move.
That's
just murder the people.
The whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just so rape and murder the guy.
Yeah.
And that way you get away with it.
That's right. That was the plot.
What commercial would be they would be building, considering that city was fucking falling apart?
That was the whole point. That's why they were trying to burn down all the buildings on Devil's Night, was because if you burn it to the ground, then you can rebuild it the way that you want. Mm-hmm. It's the whole premise of like tanking the market on purpose.
Yeah.
So that you short everything and make money off of it when it rebuilds. Right. Yeah. You're buying low and then selling high.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the same shit that they did in fucking Bushwick.
Exactly. That's the plot of this one, and then the reboot just throws all that away. In fact, the reboot tanked. They got mixed reviews.
They got 20.
Oh, they lost like $30 million.
They lost $30 million. Yeah,
I think it was $50 million to make, and it bought it like $9 million. Yeah,
I'm glad they lost that.
And the original one was
trying to make this movie.
The original one I think cost like
23. Yeah. And then it made 90 something.
And it made they made 70 mil off of it.
Which fucking amazing.
Fucking amazing.
It's crazy.
And what's funny is, and Manny, I always bring this up and I really feel bad, but like as bad as the reboot
Cocktail has 9%. I know.
Still has a better Rotten Tomatoes rating than
fine.
Cocktail.
Whatever.
Ridiculous.
Is that like one of Manny's? Is that
it was like our first episode was Cocktail because it's it's one of my favorite movies. But my mom and I used to watch it a lot. My mom was like obsessed with Tom Cruise, so now I'm obsessed with Tom Cruise.
Days of Thunder sequel.
But yeah, what it is that the movie is it's about nothing. So I think it's just like funny because it's just a movie like you watch it and you're like, oh, this is a guy who's just trying to be an entrepreneur and own his own company and
start TGI
works
Fridays.
at TGI.
Start the TGI Fridays franchise.
And it has such a bad review, but I'm like, there's so many other movies that are far worse than this movie. And
there's something you're saying that reminds me of The Crow in this sense. Right? I'm good at this, okay?
I'm mad. I love that you keep bringing it back because we go on tangents. And you're like, wait, we're still good.
No. Let's hear it. And it's because I'm passionate about this film because I
know. I love it.
And I'm not saying that as a euphemism. I literally am. I'm on the spectrum, so no, I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm not trying to Austin comedy scene this episode or something.
It's all good.
Joe Rogan. So you want me to go on this side? If only white men think you're cool, you're not cool.
Yeah, not at all.
That's my opinion about Joe Rogan. But because I think there's a lot of movies that are like this, and movies that are self-aware and actors that are self-aware. Because it reminds me of Brandon Lee specifically, where like some of the stuff that he does is laughable and is cartoonish and is comic bookish, and some of the choices that he makes are completely overwrought. But like, if you're self-aware enough to realize that that's the movie that you're making and you just commit to it, it works.
Absolutely.
Like, one of the things that I always tell bands that I'm either playing in or that I work with as a producer when I do that is, if you ever find yourself playing a song and go, oh man, this really reminds me of whatever, XYZ. The secret to making it work isn't to run away from that, but to lean into it. So like, if you're playing one of your songs and you're like, fuck, this really sounds like Alice in Chains, lean into the Alice in Chains vibe. Yeah. Do the creepy harmonies, do the heavy guitars, do the layered vocal shit. Don't try and hide from that. Be self-aware enough to admit that that's what you're doing, and don't be afraid of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there's a lot there in a lot of our episodes. I've heard us all say it in different times where I'm like, oh, I like movies that know what they are. Like exactly what that is. Like when you like, because then you're like, I'm in this world too, and I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna suspend my disbelief, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. Because
that's why the original Roadhouse rules.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah,
exactly.
That's a terrible movie. That movie's terrible. Incredible.
Yeah,
because they like, every actor in that film and the director and the DP and the editor and the grip know that they're making cotton candy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, none of them are like, I'm a chef in a Michelin star restaurant. It's like, no, you're fucking taking confectionery sugar and mixing it with Southern comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great description. It is, in my opinion, the best bad movie of all time. Like, it's a bad movie, but it's the best bad movie of all time. So fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Tony
You're absolutely right.
Love that movie for some reason too.
Oh yeah. And that's, once again, talking about reboots, that's why the new one was such a piece of shit, because all they did was take the name. And then it's like, if I watch that, we talk about this, if you watch that movie and it doesn't say Roadhouse, you're like, all right, whatever, bullshit action movie, I watch for an hour and a half, whatever.
But because
as soon as you put Roadhouse on it,
yeah,
that was like, we've said it in our episode that we did on it. We were like, that could have been called Bouncer. It could have been called Nightclub.
Whatever.
It didn't need to be called Roadhouse.
Dive bar.
Yeah, whatever. Like idiot, alcoholic. I don't know, like whatever.
Coked
like,
out Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking, you know what other movies like that, and I really, well, not just movie, but it's one of the reasons why my favorite action hero from like the 80s is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Because all of his movies are incredibly insincere.
Oh yeah.
In the sense that he's making no pretense to being a good actor or caring about anything except fucking looking shredded and like throwing kicks over 6'7" dudes
and doing this split in the kitchen, naked.
Showing your buns.
Yep. He has to show his ass.
Like, that's all he cares about, and he's completely transparent about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it makes every movie that he does from that time period so fun to watch.
I mean, if you think about like what we grew up in the action stars, they knew what they were. They're like,
oh yeah.
Even Arnold, like, he's like, I'm this big ass star. He knew he couldn't act really. He didn't have to. He just had to be him. And
cheesy
like,
one-liners, ultra violence.
Those movies are Natty Light.
Yeah. I agree, Matt.
They're fucking Natty Light. It's like, they don't really taste that good. But when you're just trying to fucking hang out with your friends and get fucked up, and you don't care about the fact that you're going to feel like shit the next morning because of it,
you're not even thinking about the next morning.
Great time.
Yeah.
That's a really great analogy.
You're not even thinking about the next morning.
You're not even thinking about the next morning. You're just like, I'm in this right now.
You're getting a hangover. The first time you taste like Natty Light, or like Red Dog would also be another beer.
Oh, that was my first 40. Matt, that was my first 40 ever. That's the first beer I ever got drunk on.
It's like Mad Dog was the first beer I ever got drunk on as well. I mean, not Mad Dog, Red Dog.
Red Dog. That's what it is. Red Dog 2020. Red Dog.
No,
40.
Mad Dog. Now you're just mixing the other.
Mad Dog 2020 is wine. It's like booze.
Yes.
Time
No,
like
I was talking about Red
drinking
Dog 40 is the first beer I ever had, and by the time I got to the bottom of it,
but that's what movies like that are. It's like you take your first sip of Natty Ice or Red Dog, or I guess PBR would be the hipster equivalent now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm gonna feel like shit tomorrow because I'm gonna drink 16 of these. But tonight's gonna be
and I don't care.
Yes. Yep. And it is always an awesome time.
Like tonight, I'm gonna put a spray paint can on my friend's grill, crank it up on high, and shoot it with a BB gun and watch it explode. And that's Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and The Crow and Roadhouse.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like my eyebrows might get singed off, and I'm going to wake up with the worst headache of my life, puking up bile. But I'm going to remember that night for the rest of my life as one of the greatest nights of my life.
Yes,
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, because that's when I was watching The Crow, I was like, everyone here knows exactly what they're making, but they are loving every minute. Like, Ernie Hudson.
He's
a great actor. He's a trained artist. Like, he's
Michael Wincott. He's a Shakespearean actor.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, they're all, and that's the thing. Like, but when he's in movies, like if you ever watch Congo again, which, oh man, but Ernie Hudson is killing it in that movie, and he's just like doing his thing, and he loves.
I love
whatever
he's doing.
I wanted more Ernie Hudson in Ghostbusters.
When he's going over the bridge.
Oh, best speech ever.
His speech is amazing.
His smoking acting, when he smokes, when Ernie Hudson's smoking a cigarette, you're just like, that looks cool.
Shit, I need some of those.
And he was like all in it. He's like, I'm in a movie about ghosts. Like,
I'm in a movie about and I'm gonna eat this horrible hot dog that has way more mustard than any hot dog should ever have on it, ever. And like, what's great is that everything that happened in this movie, every one-liner, every even comedic scene was so well done. The scene with those two cops, they had two scenes where like, one of them spilled coffee on themselves. It was hilarious. And then there was a high-speed chase. Yeah, but what's great is like there are comedy beats in this movie, but you see, and I think this is something you were talking about too, Matt, as well. Like in this time, there's all these dark kind of movies, and people were leaning into not being afraid to do this. Now, when you make an action movie, you have to put in, it's either going to have this like wise ass comedy throughout. You need that, or it's like what the reboot of this was. And it was just like stylized, insane music video, CGI to death. Who gives a shit? And it's garbage. Yeah. Like it can't be just straight up action or straight up thriller or whatever. Like the genres, like the subgenres are bleeding together so much that it's just like, we don't know what we're doing anymore.
One of the things that makes the first John Wick movie work better than all the other John Wick movies is John Leguizamo's character. And I think it's highly underrated.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the impact that Leguizamo has on the whole tone of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you hit my son? Well, he stole John Wick's car, sir. You know what I mean? It's like the way he delivers the line, because it's exactly like John Leguizamo in real life. It's like this sarcastic, whip smart Latino guy that just doesn't give a fuck about what the overprivileged white European men in his life think about.
Have you seen Smoke? He's the show Smoke. He's fantastic in that. I love him in that. I thought he was great.
He's just a great actor. Period.
He's great. He's a great actor.
Too bad he was the clown in Spawn.
He was great in that.
He was great in that, and then the rest of the movie was just like whatever.
Wait, Matt, have you ever seen House of Buggin'? John Leguizamo's sketch show?
Yes.
Oh, thank God, I was the only one that saw it. I was like, I can't find anyone that's ever seen this show.
No, I'm a big Leguizamo fan. I have been his whole
House of Buggin'.
He's great. I love John Leguizamo.
Oh man,
Moulin Rouge, he was great in that too. I mean, he's in good movies, man.
But that's the thing. This movie had high caliber actors. I mean, even with Bai Ling, like she does these weird characters, but Bai Ling is a sick actor. I mean, she's in that movie Red Corner with Richard Gere. She's been in other, like, she is an amazing actress, and she just leans into how her crazy her characters are. Crank.
Can we talk about the one part of this movie that made me go, huh? Because I didn't remember it. You know, to use that like TikTok audio, huh? Right? The incest subplot.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Don't remember that at all.
When he just casually tossed off that they were brother and sister, I was
half
like,
brother and sister. It's not even a stepsister. This is a half.
Right. It's like it's his father's daughter. Yeah. And it's like he goes out of his way to emphasize that there is like that they share DNA.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah,
very creepy.
Sister. It's like, yeah, this is my father's daughter.
And how creepy, like it was like they're like, oh, is she alive? Like, or is she still with us? I forget what the line was. And they just turn the girl over.
Sleeping, and then Michael Wincott in one of the great one-liners in movie history goes, I think we broke her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only is he having sex with his sister, he's having threesomes with his sister.
That's right.
And involve killing people and taking their eyes.
And then
exactly.
No beat.
Which by the way, is also a hallmark of a good B movie is when the director goes out of his way to try and make the movie seem smarter than it is, because you've got an incest subplot where they're taking people's eyes and it's like, haha, this demonstrates that I read Greek drama in high school. Fuck you. like you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I've read my Aeschylus and Euripides. Don't tell me how to direct actors.
Exactly. Exactly. Now eat that eyeball. Freebase that eyeball. Let's go.
And do shots of bullets.
You fucking pig.
Shots of bullets.
The shots of bullets. Why?
The bullet shots.
That was so cool.
Oh man.
I was like, why?
All I could think about it was like I wish I was rewatching this with my friends, because I would have made like a Groucho Marx one-liner, talk about explosive diarrhea. Yeah. Like this is as much as I love this movie, this is one of those great movies to like sit around and watch with your friends when you've smoked like a dime bag of dirt weed and are just like cracking on how bad the movie is.
Yeah. No, I mean there is a point where there was I was like the CGI was terrible. Like
when his wounds heal, it's like
when he's like going like this. Like I love that they had to show it. It wasn't even like they showed a little bit of it.
They didn't care.
No, they were like, especially like when he gets the bullet in his hand and he's looking at it, he's like losing his mind, cracking up about it, which was an awesome shot.
Love it.
But like I'm looking at it, I'm like, how bad this CGI is. But again, they didn't give a shit. They're like, yeah, we know it's bad, but who cares? Like this is the movie. Like
it's like one of the things that makes like Texas Chainsaw Massacre great, or like Roger Corman films, or John Carpenter films. It's like the special effects blow.
Horrible.
But they lean into it so hard, emotionally speaking and performatively speaking, that it doesn't matter.
You see, that's funny because like the crow, like you said, like we've been talking, like leans into the emotional aspects of it, the torturous aspects to it, the mental anguish that goes on, like for that's the alarm for Eric Draven, who his last name's Draven and it's the Crow. Like that was really weird because there's ravens and crows. Like I mean, and I'll never see crows.
If his name was Carl Corvid, this would be a terrible
movie. I know, right? But okay, so like with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there's that. You forget that if you watch the whole film, like the original one, there's that weird dinner table scene that girl, and it's just spinning in a circle the entire time, and it's just emotionally and psychologically draining and terrifying. But all other horror movies, like when you don't have when your only ability is to do really good like camera tricks and things like that, you have to be that creative and figure these things out and have great actors that go overboard and lean in. But when you have like CGI and special effects and a bigger budget, it's like, fuck all that. Let's just start killing more people. And it kind of is interesting, like that, where like you have to make those choices, like as a director.
And this is the reason why I think, and I'll die on this hill, and diehard horror fans will probably hate me for this, but I don't give a fuck. This is why I think like the Saw franchise and Terrorizer and shit like that is bottom tier horrible horror. Because you know when horror works? When horrible things happen to characters that you care about. You don't give a fuck about any of the people in Terrorizer or Saw or any of the Final Destination movies. But like in The Shining, it's terrifying because you care about what happens to Shelley Duvall and that kid. You care about it. You care about what happens to the couple in Rosemary's Baby. You care about what happens to the scene in Hereditary where she cuts her own head off with the
holy shit
wire while like staring at that dude. It's the CG, the effects are great. They're spectacular. But what makes that scene work is you understand the emotional connection between those two characters. Mm-hmm. That's why that's fucking terrifying.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I think that like a lot of these like schlocky body horror, gore-based horror, that's not horror. They're just shit movies.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what it is? Yeah. It's torture porn. They're fucking wannabe snuff films.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's why like pretty a movie like Black Christmas from '74 work, because like all the character, like especially the main character, you care about her. You're with her the whole time. You're with all these people in this house, and then they keep getting knocked off one by one, and you're just like, Jesus Christ. And it's a terrifying movie, and it's people are being killed in it, but you're just like, it's not. There aren't a lot of special effects. The first person gets killed by putting a laundry bag on their head. I mean, but like it's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, look at like every Hitchcock movie ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Hitchcock manipulates view, and like he is famous for saying this. Like one of the someone, I think it was Truffaut in because there's that book that Truffaut wrote about that just interviews between him and Hitchcock. Manny, you probably know what I'm talking about. And he asked him once like why he was so slavishly devoted to formalist filmmaking. Where it's like he has this like mathematical precision to his cuts and his edits and all this other stuff. And he's like, because I'm trying to manipulate the viewer into the emotional state that I need them in to make the climax of my film pay off.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what a good director is capable of doing, manipulating the viewer into feeling what he needs them to feel. And I think The Crow does that really fucking well.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, manipulates
absolutely agree.
Absolutely.
It does.
Absolutely.
Any good movie. And this is the thing, like, regardless of how stylistically bad is or like what the performances are like or whatever, it's like The Crow's great at it. There Will Be Blood is amazing at it.
Oh, great fucking movie.
Amazing at it. Don't get me wrong, Daniel Day-Lewis's acting in that is triumphant. It's a tour de force. It's up there with Brando on All the Waterfront, right? But part of what makes Day-Lewis's job easier is the way that Paul Thomas Anderson is consistently manipulating the audience into this low-level state of dread for hours. He never lets you out of it. It's suffocating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally agree.
All right. Well, on that note, let's put this fucking movie to the test to see if it's still good, just nostalgic, or not good at all. And we'll talk about, and also the soundtrack at the same time. So both things. It's still good, just nostalgic. It's just a nostalgia watch. I'm just going to watch it because of that. Or it's just not good at all. And what were we thinking back then? So let's just start with our guest. Matt, why don't you put the movie The Crow and the soundtrack to the test? What do you think?
Still good. I think The Crow's an 8 out of 10 movie. The soundtrack's a 10 out of 10. It's certainly in the realm of rock and roll era popular culture, probably the greatest movie soundtrack of all time.
Excellent.
Like you could make an argument that like the soundtrack to 2001 or Vangelis' soundtrack to Blade Runner or something like that is a great soundtrack. But I mean, like in the world of like rock and roll, it's the greatest rock and roll soundtrack ever in movie history. And the movie I think is still an 8 out of 10. I feel like it's a great film.
Awesome, excellent, awesome. Bill, does The Crow pass the test?
I mean, for me, this movie fucking sucks. I'm just kidding.
After an hour.
I love it.
No, it clearly passes. I mean, this, I had watched this again like 2 years ago, so it was kind of fresh in my mind. But then I watched again leading up to this, and it's like, it's just fucking great movie. It stands up. It's a great snapshot of the time, but as we talked about, it's still a well-made movie that it doesn't just feel nostalgic. Like it's like a good snapshot of the time where it's not, stuck in that time. So yeah, I think it's definitely passes. Great fucking movie.
Soundtrack?
I'd say I probably wouldn't go as far as that the best ever, Matt, but I think that's a defensible argument. I think it's up there. So there's some others like, I think the original Heavy Metal soundtrack was pretty fucking solid.
Even the one, yeah, good call.
The movie was shit, but the Heavy Metal 2000 soundtrack was good. So I mean, but yeah, I agree with you. It's right up there with the best.
It's in the discussion at least.
Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%.
Awesome. All right, Manny.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that it's not only nostalgic, but it also passes it. I'm gonna be putting this on my regular, at least October visual movie to watch. I forgot how great the cinematography was in this. Just like so good. And I was making fun of it at first, and I agree with Matt. Like, if I was stoned and I was like not wanting to like dive into the movie and be in that world, you could definitely make fun of so much of it. But it's just too good to say it's just nostalgic. And I think people should, kids should be watching this, and movie makers should be watching this.
Older kids.
8-year-old. Get on it and watch it.
Someone at the age of that skateboarding,
like 12, 13.
12, 13 years.
I was gonna. So I mean, how old make my 6-year-old watch it, man.
Well, do you think she's friends? Do you think she's friends with the what's his face? Tom Hanks's best friend in Big, who like doesn't have parents.
You want to know something that I read about this movie that like really tugged at my heartstrings? The actress that played Sarah, her name's Rochelle something. She got really close with Brandon while they were filming this. She was so fucked up from Brandon Lee dying. She didn't appear in another movie until 2009.
Wow. Rochelle Davis. Dude. Yeah. Rochelle Davis.
That's crazy, man. Jesus.
She was a good little actress. She really was. I don't say that demeaningly, but like she was. She
was good.
She was a really good actor.
Perfectly. She
Especially
played it well,
like being in this kind of movie.
Absolutely.
And she's a great narrator because she's the one that's doing all the voiceovers.
Killer narration. Loved it.
I think she does a really great job.
When did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle come out?
90.
The first one.
91.
Again, another like
90,
like a dark-ish type.
Oh, dude, that's like New York City at its darkest in the early 90s, bro.
Yeah.
That's like,
that's like the 90s version of Taxi Driver.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
oh my God. How great would it have been if like when the taxi driver hits Raphael and he goes over the taxi, you go in and it's what's his face from Taxi Driver.
That would have been great crossover right there.
Oh my God.
And then you have Crow show up. Soundtrack, I think that definitely top 3. I mean, that's all I got to say about it.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to agree with everyone. I think both of these things passed the test. It's an amazing watch. It was a fun watch, just action-packed, but also just like a well-made movie. And this is, again, like going back when like you're making movies that are action films and thrillers and everything, you're leaning to the part, not worrying about whether or not it has this movie is rated R, and that's another part of it. I feel like the amount of rated R films that are doing what these movies were doing, very few and far between at this point. Like a rated R film now definitely relies too much on what you were saying too, Matt, like just overhyped crazy violence instead of like any sort of actual storyline. And this movie had a lot of good story, had great fight scenes and great one-liners like this. You see, gentlemen, greed is for amateurs. Disorder, chaos, anarchy. Now that's fun.
That speech was so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
I would say that Sting from WCW owes
clearly ripped half of his career right the fuck off.
Half of his fucking career.
Right the fuck off.
They basically he like jump started a whole new character.
He should have renamed his character Eric Draven.
You know, some like fucking dumbass exec was like, "Hey man, I got a great idea. You should dress like that guy in the movie
Eric
The Crow."
Bischoff,
and he fucking took it very literally.
Oh, he definitely did it. 100%. He definitely did it, bro. Like
just be the Crow, and we'll call you something different.
Sting was always good in WCW, but like you don't remember him in his like Ultimate Warrior look.
His warrior derivative, bro. That's what he was.
That's what he was.
You know what's so funny?
They were like tag team partners for a little bit in like another like federation.
They were.
You know what's so funny, man? Now that you're saying that, and we're having this conversation in person over text, when I kept seeing the word Sting, I was like, the singer? He's not in this fuck. What is Manny talking about? And I'm watching. I'm like, where's Sting? He keeps saying Sting.
Desert Rose was being sung.
Songs on this soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, it would have been great to see the drummer of the Police get just blown up for some reason. I don't know where.
Dude.
Stuart Copeland just gets murked in the middle of a rave.
You know, it would have been a really crazy band. It would be all people that are just like really annoying to listen to. Like sometimes like him, Dave Mustaine, Roger Waters. Like let's just like start a super group like
Bono.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, that's the Crow episode and the soundtrack. They passes the test unanimously. We would love to hear what you think. Put your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on The Crow, maybe some of the sequels. And, you know, if you watch the reboot and, I don't know, you liked it, I think you're wrong. You're wrong. Just like we said with Happy Gilmore 2.
No. If you liked it, you're wrong. You're stupid. Let's be honest here.
We want to definitely alienate everyone that's listening, but like, yeah, it just.
I haven't seen it, so I could be wildly wrong. But I'm gonna lay the gauntlet down.
Like, I didn't see the Point Break reboot, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't good.
Oh, dude, don't!
Fucking miserable.
Terrible. Oh my god,
it was like
don't
Extreme Ops 2.
Yeah, we're not watching.
It's like in Harold and Kumar where they throw the guy down the aisle and he's yelling extreme. It's like if you based a movie around those people.
It was it was a Mountain Dew commercial.
Shit.
It was so
like
fucking
2 a.m. on
of the
HBO.
reboot, and I was like, I can't.
No, can't do it.
It's so bad.
The I don't even know what the actors are doing with their lives right now. The people that are
hopefully not acting anymore.
Well, okay, the
guy that played Eric Draven was Nosferatu, and Eggers Nosferatu.
Oh, really?
In the reboot to The Crow, yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's
so good. Great actor.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. Yeah,
Bill Skarsgård's a spectacular actor. That's just a bad movie.
Yeah, I just don't want
a bad script.
I mean, I don't even want to start another conversation because I saw the whole new It movie and I didn't really like it. But like anyway,
first half was good. Second half sucked.
Anyway, so The Crow, follow us across every social media you see us on. Give us comments on that. And if you see us commenting on other things about like, you know, trolling people that love, you know, that want to make fun of certain bands that we like, or just trolling people for liking, I don't know, Dave Mustaine for some reason, or the Lars Ulrich.
Lars Ulrich. Let's troll the shit out of those
people. We love Megadeth. It's just Dave Mustaine's hilarious. We just did the Saint Anger episode, Matt, and we had to watch Some Kind of Monster, and that whole scene with Dave Mustaine is just ridiculous.
It's amazing.
So bad.
But he's complaining about how amazing his career is.
30 years later, he's still complaining.
What is that?
Marty Friedman, the guitarist from Megadeth, is still touring. He's got like his own.
Is he?
His own band that's like doing like the classic Megadeth shit.
Amazing.
And it makes sense.
If you want to see Megadeth without
there you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I saw when they announced they're doing their final tour, someone goes, all 700 previous musicians will not be returning.
Oh my god, everyone. Well, thank you so much. Do all the things you do for other podcasts, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Share this episode with your friends. Subscribe and follow the Nostalgia Test podcast on YouTube, Substack, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Send us your episode ideas and comments, or book us for podcasts and events at thenostalgiatest@gmail.com. Come hang out with us next week because you never know what pop culture will pop up on the Nostalgia Test.